Alrighty guys, so I figured I'd give you all a little update on the progress I'm making on my truck. I did decide to put all new pistons and rings into it. So, let me show you guys what I'm doing. So, I'm currently getting the piston ring and gaps all right. Let me get this piston out of here. I got all the cylinders rehomed. Currently one down, one in there. I got all the rings done already. Let's see. Already got all the rings done out back. I only have to do the front one up here anymore. So I just have to do that one. This one's already done. I got them all numbered laying out here. I got them all cut. This would be the top one. So there's 3 rings on a 6.7 cummins. There's 3 rings. This is like the middle ring. If the camera would focus. And then there's the oil ring here. That actually the oil ring's like a 2-piece ring. It's like an oil ring with like the spring that goes on the inside of it. There's a groove on the inside of them. I don't know if I can get that thing to focus. And that spring sits right on the inside there. I got quite a mess on my bench here. Got all the old pistons laid out. Just got one disassembled there, but got everything laid out here. Let me go put this one in. See if I can do this one-handed. So now I just use this piston to push them down to make sure it's nice and flat. I can see that's not going to be quite enough, so let me go file this one and I'll show you guys how I used the feeler gauge to do this. Alrighty, so I got that ring filed down a little bit. Now I'm going to put it in here. And the way I get them straight is I'm using a piston here with like an upper ring on it. So now I just set that thing right in there. Flat down on there. Now that should have that ring pretty straight. Now I'm going to use this feeler gauge. Right on. Alright, I got all the rings filed down. Here's what I'm using. It's just a little, you lay the ring right on here and you just turn right here. Nothing fancy, but it works. Obviously your top ring would go right into the top here. Second ring there, and the oil ring would be all the way down in that bottom groove there. So, well, yeah, that's it. Here's what I did. The top there is what the ring gaps were at from factory. What's that? 20 thousandths of an inch up top, 40 and 15 thousandths. And I decided that for the top I'm gonna go 20 thousand, 45. So I opened the top a pretty good amount, the middle one a little bit, because I'm gonna be running a little more power than factory. So I figured I'd open them up a little bit because, let me see if I can explain this a little bit here. So, as these things sit in the cylinder wall and as they get hot, basically when they expand, it'll get closer and closer together. Like that. If they're too tight, and if your engine gets really hot, they will go till there's no more room to expand. And now this ring will get tight in the cylinder wall and cause a lot of scarring and stuff like that. So they obviously won't be this far open the cylinder wall. They just sit like pretty close. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. The middle one has the most gap, and the oil ring's a little bit tighter. But yeah, that's about it. So alright, and I'm gonna try and make a video of a little more in depth. Maybe when I put once I got the rings and stuff on here, I obviously gotta put the new pistons onto here. I got all the new pistons in the box. New S&S injectors there. So, alright, that'll be all for this video.